there's a new boxing game trailer. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I would finish? What if money reside? Who want to get knocked the fuck out?
So in this video, we're going to take you through a number of.
I can't wait to knock niggas out on stream and talk shit, bro. These streams gonna be mad tough.
Whilst we were pleased with the feedback we'd received from our March gameplay footage, we knew there were still many items to fix and upgrade, and I'm delighted to show you the progress.
And this boxing game's like Ready to Rumble.
As you can see,
Ready to Rumble was alright, but I prefer like a more sim like this. What happened to the Fight Night series?
Lighting.
I've asked, all right, so I've explained the story a million times, but I'll say it again for the sake of, because there's more people in here. I've actually had dinner with EA developers plenty of times, and one time I asked them, when are you going to bring back Fight Night? They said that the problem with Fight Night is its licensing issues. Because boxing is so fragmented, there's a million different belts, there's a million different leagues, and that's just in the United States. Then you got to go international. They have their own different thing in England, as well as all the other different big countries. So it's a lot of licensing issues and like moving pieces. And for them, it doesn't make sense from a business standpoint to have to pay all these fees to use people's likenesses and leagues and shit like that. Versus like if you make a game about the NBA or the NFL, you just pay the NFL or the NBA and then everything else just comes with it basically. But like versus this, because everything's fragmented, it's a little bit harder. That being said, I don't know how the fuck they're pulling this off and getting all these people on board, but somehow they're doing it. And you know, EA cares about money. So they're looking at it from a business standpoint. You know, we're paying all these licensing fees. Are we going to make it back? And I don't think it's sold enough for them to justify making it. I'm
proud. So throughout the rest of this video, you'll be able to see the actual controllers in each of the corners. We've put this in there just so that you can see
we need
the
Def Jam
of the fighters in the game.
Def Jam, I think, was a licensing issue too.
It's an area that we've put.
Imagine this had voice chat. Exactly. I want to talk shit.
The responsiveness of the controls was incredibly
That's what happens
important
between FIFA and PES. They compete for the license deals.
Same with the punch control system. So putting all
the movement in this
aspects together, we needed it to flow. So here you'll be able to see exactly how responsive the fighters are, and we're incredibly happy with the results so far. Before we continue to the next phase, we'd just like to say that the referee is going to be replaced with the legendary Kenny Bayless. So I'm sure you'll all be as pleased as we are that there'll be no more Mr. Generic Referee in our future videos. So Ethan, our gameplay programmer, will take you through the fight mechanics. Please note that none of this is final.
You still talking, bro. The whole point of the high value concept is to promote men that can find better submissive women by making a certain amount of money. In reality, he's just pushing hope. You sound like you gave up on life. And B, that's not all he talks about in terms of like the high value man. It's not just about money. That is a component, but it's about your network, being generous. Like there's multiple, it's not just about money. You don't listen, bro. You just need to be quiet. We're just gonna go ahead and yeah, how many seconds should we ban him for so he can be quiet? Because you don't pay attention. Why do I have to make money to get women? Why do you feel like you should be rewarded just for existing for the weekend? Let's see. Let's hit him with it. Let's hit him with an 1800. Oh shit. Why do I have to try in life? Why can't I just exist and get a baddie? Like, what is the point you're trying to make? Just be quiet, bro. Just be quiet. Go flip the fries. Be quiet.
Develop ESBC.
Fatherless behavior. This is why I be trying to tell y'all. Stay in y'all kids' lives, man. Fatherless behavior.
So the movement system is split into various states, allowing for full motion control, where pushing the analog stick all the way produces quick steps and halfway has smaller steps. But the transition is very seamless, and this is all part of our footwork system, allowing for angles to be created. However, it's all about the momentum
man in the
of your
chat
fighter.
looking for neuron connections
your fighter
to
will
happen.
shift their weight from one leg to the other. They won't just instantly float.
This is one of the only streams I come into where people troll constantly. You know, the funny thing is, I don't think he's trolling though.
So we're really
like,
excited about this new
he
feature
truly
that
believes
we put into the movement system. And it's giving the player
He doesn't have a college degree like me.
Some of the mannerisms that some
Therefore,
of the marquee fighters
not
would
high
have.
value.
So if
Yo,
you
shout
see
out to
Roy
Jimmy
Jones
Boy with
Jr.
this,
fight, I'm sure you're probably thinking
my
now
bad.
some of the things that you might be able to do with a fighter like Roy Jones Jr. or even Muhammad Ali.
Said it already
So
looks
it really
better than
opens up the
UFC.
possibilities. This feature is toggled by pressing up on the D-pad.
If you don't have a piece of paper, you're not a man.
So what this does is it brings out
he got
movements.
Yo, shout out to Golden Boy with the
This is a
sub.
combination of showboating and the odd feint within the movement. This is all part of the boxer's personality. Some boxers will have more feints in their loose movement, some boxers will have more of a showboating style. Here you can see Lawrence Hokage feinting a punch.
Man was like college degree equals baddie. Right.
This is something that
It's almost like a real fight. Yeah, the movement is clean.
Movement back into your normal stance and vice versa. This is something we're building out for some of our marquee fighters in the game, but overall, it adds another level of realism.
Shout out to the 1200 we got in here. If you new, hit the follow button.
within
Hey, yo, it's
Esports
12.
Boxing
Let's get
Club.
something straight, bro. It's 1,200 people in here, and we ain't hit the sub goal yet. What's going on, bro? Somebody drops 10 subs in the chat to apologize, bro. We over here having good conversation and vibes and shit. Quit watching me and start supporting. No, I'm joking. That man who banned you, who you banned, need to
Dodging
live life.
punches will also be
Hey,
possible by
You
flicking
either
the
live
left
life
stick in
or
the
life gonna
direction
knock you on
want
your
to go.
ass, and you gonna find out the hard way.
Combining this with time counters will be key. However,
Yo,
this
shout out
isn't
to
the
I
case
Fart
of
on
just
command for the
initiating
follow,
a
bro.
dodge
Shout out to you.
when
Keep
realize
farting,
a
man.
punch
I'm
is
not trying
coming.
to teach.
Shout out to
my
Bray
own
Sean with
sport
the sub.
or
I
none of that,
appreciate
but
it.
don't be putting me in no box.
Shout out to Shampoo with the sub. I appreciate it.
I'm not
That's
trying
what I
to
like to
toot
see.
my own horn or none of that, but don't be putting me in no
However,
box.
if you do it too early, you could get yourself into trouble. So timing is key. Also, dodges will look different depending on which fighter you select.
Yeah, that's the
Marquee
one thing I say I
fighters will have a
don't
different
really
style.
like. I don't really like all the camera sway. I hope you can turn that off.
Black women are beautiful, but let me refocus.
That's the one thing, because like the camera's moving in and out. I don't know if you noticed, like right there, like see right there, like you can't really see the whole ring. Like it's a little
Which
too
fighter you
close.
select.
It's a little too much.
The marquee
And
fighter
then there's like motion blur too. I don't really like that.
will have a different style. Activating the loose
Just keep
movement
the camera
modifier
like that.
will
Yeah,
also
keep the
change
camera
how
I'm
you
not
zoomed
trying
out
to teach
so I can
my
see
own
everything. Yo,
horn
shout out to
or none of that.
Yo,
but
that
don't
was
be putting
saucy.
me in no
Yo,
box.
shout out to Shaq. What the fuck? That shit was
Activating
saucy.
the
Yo,
loose
shout out to Shaq
movement
with the get the
modifier
subs.
will also change how your dodge will look, as you can see
Yeah,
here.
that's saucy. I'm trying. Yeah. Ooh. Imagine you do that shit. Oh man, I can't wait to stream and do that shit to you niggas and knock you
can
the
see
fuck
here.
out, bro. Do that shit and then hit him with a fucking haymaker. Bah, bah. Blah, 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 blah.
Black women
Another movement players
Yo,
can
shout out to
use
Kid Up with the sub. That
is
shit's
either
saucy.
weave. This is activated by holding down the left trigger whilst moving the left stick.
Ooh,
in the
ooh,
direction
the,
you want to weave. So
ooh,
here you can see
I
Lyndon
can't wait to do that on
dodging
live.
some of the Lawrence Hokage's
Ooh.
punches.
I was saying, man,
also
fuck the
be used
UFC
as
games.
tactics
Niggas is trying to
for
throw
ropes.
hands, bro.
And you
Fuck
can
that
also
shit.
block while
This
you
is what
move
I
as
like.
well.
Boxing.
Here you can see Lawrence Hokage hitting Lyndon Arthur with some counter shots, whilst Lyndon Arthur's throwing
The sweet
up to
science.
punches using a lot of stamina.
What up, Bean? I see you. Discord boxing tournament. Who want to
It's
get
clear to
knocked
see
out?
here that Lawrence is playing a defensive game, trying to make Lyndon
I feel
miss
like the
as much as
punches,
possible.
they can work on the sound effects. And maybe because he's talking, but the punches sound like they can hit a little bit harder. They sound kind of light.
so that he uses up all his stamina. This is because the stamina has
Yeah, the
big
animations are
impact
cool.
in
I
terms
think
of
they can work on
punches
the
it
sound
takes,
design,
the
though.
power of your own
What are we
punch.
watching? It's a new boxing game called ESB or some shit like that.
In addition to being able to weave, players will also now be able to slip punches by pushing the left stick in the direction they want to perform the slip. This is a very quick and efficient way
So it's
of
analog
dodging
stick
punches,
control based. I like
adding to your
that.
defensive game.
I like to turn the camera shake off too. Yeah.
So the block system in ESBC has two options. Fully manual, which is 3 points on the head, 3 points on the body, left, center, and right, that you can block by holding down the right trigger and moving the right stick.
This shit gonna break my
There's a
controller. Yeah,
semi-automatic
when you get
mode as
mad in
well,
a close
which will
fight.
require you to block either the head or the
What up,
body.
Dust?
We feel by having both of these options, players who want a deeper simulation can select the manual mode, whilst the players who
This is
prefer
out or
for a
not?
more
No,
arcade
it's still
feel
an alpha.
can
They're
select
working on
the
it.
semi-automatic
This is a
mode
preview of the game.
instead.
Punching while blocking. Wait, what? Whilst the blocking. Fancy.
So we're pleased to confirm that players will be able to throw punches whilst blocking. Whilst these punches aren't as powerful as throwing a punch without blocking, it opens up another aspect of defense.
I don't remember
for the
that
player.
being in Fight Night.
You can throw a jab and a straight whilst holding the block button.
You
and
think this is gonna
flicking
be
the
an
right
annual
stick,
release?
Selecting the desired punch.
I would hope that they don't do an annual release. Nah, because I mean it's boxing. There's only so much you can do with it. So I'd rather them take them time with it. I'd rather them take 2-3 years off and then put a sequel out, so then we get a bunch of new features. If anything, they could just support this long term with new fighters like DLC like that. But no, I wouldn't want this to be an annual release. I don't see no point in it being an annual release. I think in Fight Night you couldn't jab in blocking stance. You had to get out of blocking. That's the thing. Like, I don't remember that in Fight Night. That's different.
In ESBC. Each fighter has a total of 42 punches, so you have to be able to put these together. Whether they're from your front foot, the back foot, where it's going from their head to the body,
live service
or
for
whether
a few
it's
years.
stepping
Yes,
away.
sir.
So combining this together had to feel satisfying. It had to be seamless, where you're able to pick
Yo, shout out to Effie Yusuf with the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate you.
2 different punches into a combination.
If they had training missions with this, with a VR mode, they could truly change the boxing game.
Hey,
let's just let the game get out first.
You have to really pick your shots. You can't throw too wildly, and you can't leave yourself open, because if you do so, the game will punish you.
Another day, the server still don't work. I was just about to check. I'm glad you confirmed, so I ain't gonna waste my time. I'm gonna just hop on fucking New World.
So right now, we're working heavily on individual punches and custom movesets. Here you can see Lawrence Akoli throwing his jab, his right hook, his left hook, and it looks distinctively different to the other fighters in the game. So this is something we're focused on. We want to allow players to pick and choose certain punches from different movesets.
Would love this to be a VR game. The problem with like a boxing VR game, but this is also why it would be lit, is a boxing VR game would be based off your own stamina, because it's tracking your movements. After about 1 or 2 rounds, most y'all fat asses would be tired. So then I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. So maybe we should make a VR game.
So I'm now going to talk
about find out how hard it is to last in a 2-minute round,
which is innovation. One of the things we wanted to recreate in ESBC was the ability for a fighter to be dangerous.
It'd be a good workout though,
even whilst they're hurt.
If I don't win in 2 rounds, I'm throwing in the towel, basically.
But as we all know, in boxing, one punch can change everything.
Yo, look at his feet. So I like that. I like how that's more visible right there. You can see he's staggering.
So whilst we're talking about innovation,
should imagine 6 minutes of wrestling. Shit, I did. I used to wrestle.
Career stats that we've introduced in ESBC. So this covers everything from.
I don't see a problem there. I'm all for gamifying, getting in shape. Hey, if that's the way people get in shape, that shit would be fire.
Interesting stats that haven't really been done before in combat sports. So we have a discipline stat, and we also have a confidence stat. Now, whilst this was a very UI-driven part of the game, we've decided to start developing an interactive career hub.
How many stat points you get? Because there's a lot of stats.
So I'd like to talk to you about our development journey and launch plans. We recently had some very exciting news regarding additional investment.
Nah, I never watched that boxing anime.
Additional resources to focus on areas we didn't think possible until after early access. Now, we did have plans to launch early access this summer. Because of the massive expansion of the game, the roster, the expectations, we have to make sure we do justice to the names, whether it's Muhammad Ali, Canelo Alvarez, or the upcoming reveal. We can't rush something that we know everybody is excited about, including us with our own high expectations.
Yeah, but when's the closed beta?
So what this means is the early access window for this summer won't happen.
Oh.
Now, I realize some of you will be disappointed by that. We also realize it's been 10 years since the last licensed boxing game, which has been frustrating for those of us who love boxing. That's the primary reason this studio was created. What we cannot do,
what's the point of blurring out the footage,
is rush for short-term success.
That's not the kind of studio. It has been a while since Fight Night Champion.
We want to do this right.
That sounds right.
This is why we're not going to announce a launch window. The next announcement on this topic will be a specific release date. I'm hoping you can see the progress we've made in this gameplay video and the passion for what we're trying to achieve. I'm now going to hand you over to Todd Grisham, who has something he's been waiting to tell you about.
Putting in the work.
What's up, everybody? I am Todd Grisham, and I'm here in Sheffield, England.
Imagine you're opening your own game studio and you want to do motion tracking, and you know you need all these cameras. Those look like cannons, I think. I can read it right there. It looks like Canon. Imagine walking into Best Buy and be like, y'all got Canon cameras? We need them all. And then walking out the Best Buy like, what the fuck are they doing over there? We're working our own goddamn game studio, bro. That shit like obnoxious.
What's up, everybody? I am Todd Grisham, and I'm here in Sheffield, England at Steel City Interactive as we continue to build the greatest fight video game of all time, Esports Boxing Club. This is the 1024 scanning studio, 180
There's no release date yet.
Cameras, the most state-of-the-art equipment you can possibly find. You've seen the
Imagine being the guy that has to make sure that all these cameras are in focus as well. That is an annoying ass job. It's 180 cameras. That man got to go fucking focus 180 cameras, bro. And then the dude, the person that's sitting there has got to sit there and make sure that he doesn't move and shit. Hell no. Nah.
You know how good it is. You've seen the fighters we've managed
Excuse
to sign,
me, I had
right?
like 180
Terrence
cameras.
Crawford, Roy Jones Jr., Muhammad Ali. The list goes on and on. Canelo Alvarez, you know the names. But there's one that we've somehow managed to keep a secret. How? I do not know. But the secret is no more. I give you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
Nate Robinson. Fucking chill, yo.